The healer of Umueze, the gift. The sun was setting over Umueze village in Abia State when Adaeze knelt beside the sick child. Her father, Okonkwo, stood at the doorway of their compound, watching her work with worried eyes. "Adaeze, you need to stop this," Okonkwo said quietly. "The village elders are talking. They say you are challenging Nena, our priestess." Adaeze looked up from grinding herbs in her wooden mortar. "Papa, I am only helping people. The gods gave me this gift to heal. How can using it be wrong?" "I know, my daughter. But Nena is angry. She went to see Igwe Chukwudi yesterday. She complained that people no longer come to her for healing. They all come to you instead." Adaeze stood up and wiped her hands on her wrapper. "Papa, I cannot stop. Look at this child. His mother brought him to Nena 3 times. Each time, Nena's medicine did not work. The boy was dying. Now, after my herbs, he is getting better. Should I have let him die?" Okonkwo sighed deeply. He was a good man, an elder in the village council. He loved his daughter very much. She was his only child, and her mother had died when she was young. "Just be careful, Adaeze. Nena is dangerous. She has the ear of the Igwe. I will be careful, Papa, but I will not hide my gift." The next morning, Adaeze went to the stream to fetch water. Her friend Kioma was already there, filling her clay pot. "Adaeze," Kioma called out, "thank the gods you are here. My son Obina is sick again. He has a fever and he cannot breathe well." "Where is he now?" Adaeze asked. "At home. My husband Emeka is watching him. Please, you must come and see him. Let me fill my pot first, then I will come with you." As they walked back to the village, they passed near the Igwe's palace. The guards at the gate looked at Adaeze with hard faces. She knew the Igwe did not like her. He was a proud man who did not listen to advice from the elders. He did what he wanted and punished anyone who disagreed with him. At Kioma's house, little Obina was lying on a mat, breathing with difficulty. His skin was hot to touch. Adaeze examined him carefully. "He has the same sickness that killed 3 children last month," Adaeze said. "But do not worry, I know which herbs will help him." She went into the nearby bush and collected leaves from specific plants. She knew each plant by instinct, as if the gods whispered their names to her. Back at the house, she boiled the leaves and gave the liquid to Obina to drink. "Give him this 3 times every day," she instructed Kioma. "I will come back tomorrow to check on him." That evening, as Adaeze prepared dinner for her father, she felt uneasy. Something bad was coming. She could feel it in her bones. The confrontation. 2 days later, royal guards came to Okonkwo's compound early in the morning. "Okonkwo, the Igwe wants to see you immediately," the lead guard said. Okonkwo's face became tight with worry. "Do you know why?" "I cannot say. Just come with us." When Okonkwo arrived at the palace, he found Igwe Chukwudi sitting on his throne, with Nena standing beside him. The priestess had a satisfied smile on her face. "Okonkwo," the Igwe began, "I want to remind you that I am the only one who rules this kingdom. Not you, not the other elders." "I have never questioned your authority, my Igwe," Okonkwo replied carefully. "Good, then tell your daughter to stop all these healing activities in my village." "My Igwe, my daughter has done no wrong. She only heals the sick people of this community, your people. In this village, we have only 1 priestess and 1 healer," the Igwe said, his voice becoming angry. "That is Nena, not your daughter. Tell Adaeze that if she wants to practice her magic, she should go somewhere else, not here." "But my Igwe, my daughter and I only want what is best for this village. I make the rules here," Igwe shouted. "Nobody can change what I say. If your daughter does not stop, she will have me to deal with. Do you understand?" Okonkwo bowed his head. "I have heard you, my Igwe. Good, now leave." As Okonkwo walked home, his heart was heavy. He knew his daughter would not stop healing people, and he knew the Igwe would not forgive her. When Okonkwo told Adaeze about the meeting, she became angry. "Papa, this is not about the gods. This is about Nena's jealousy and the Igwe's pride." "I know, my daughter. But we must be careful. Igwe is a dangerous man." That same day, Adaeze was at the stream when Nena appeared. The priestess was carrying a bundle of herbs. "Adaeze, daughter of Okonkwo," Nena said in a cold voice. Why are you so stubborn? How many times must I warn you to stop treating the sick in this community? I do not understand what you are talking about. Adaeze replied calmly. I am only helping people as the gods have willed me to do. The gods? Nena laughed bitterly. You talk about the gods. If you truly knew the gods, you would understand their will better. Are you teaching me about the ways of the gods? Adaeze asked. I am not your student. The gods gave me this gift, and I will not hide it because you are jealous. Nena's face became twisted with rage. You evil child! Do you dare challenge me? I challenge no one, Adaeze said. I only speak what I see. The spirit of the gods has left you, Nena. You are no longer a true priestess of Umueze. How dare you? Nena screamed. But before she could say more, Adaeze walked away. The plot, that night, Nena went to see Igwe Chukwudi in secret. They met in a room at the back of the palace where no one could see them. You took your time coming, Igwe said. I have missed you. I had to be careful, Nena replied. Your son, Namdi, is growing suspicious of us. I think he knows about our relationship. The Igwe and Nena had been lovers for many years. Even though it was forbidden, a priestess was supposed to remain pure and unmarried. If the village found out, both of them would be in serious trouble. Never mind my son, Igwe said. What about that girl, Adaeze? You said you would take care of her. I am working on it, Nena said. I have a plan, but you must promise to protect me if anything goes wrong. What is your plan? I have hired someone, a man called Boniface. He knows how to make poisons that cannot be traced. When the time is right, we will make sure Adaeze's medicine kills someone, then everyone will turn against her. That is a good plan, the Igwe said with an evil smile. Make sure it works. A few days later, Kioma came running to Adaeze's house. She was crying, and her wrapper was covered in dust. Adaeze! Adaeze! Please come quickly. Obinna is worse. The medicine you gave him is not working anymore. He cannot breathe at all now. Adaeze grabbed her bag of herbs and ran with Kioma to her house. When they arrived, Emeka was holding Obinna, who was gasping for air. Okonkwo was also there, along with several neighbors. Please help him, Kioma begged. He is my only child. Adaeze examined Obinna quickly. His fever was very high, higher than before. She prepared a strong herb mixture and gave it to him to drink. For a few minutes, Obinna seemed to get better. His breathing became easier, but then suddenly he started shaking. His eyes rolled back in his head. What is happening? Kioma screamed. Adaeze tried everything she knew. She gave him different herbs. She pressed on his chest. She prayed to the gods. But nothing worked. Obinna died in his mother's arms. Kioma's screams brought more people to the house. Everyone was shocked. Within an hour, the whole village knew that Adaeze's medicine had killed Obinna. The royal guards came and arrested Adaeze. They dragged her to the palace, while Okonkwo followed, begging them to let her go. My Igwe, please have mercy, Okonkwo pleaded. There must be a mistake. My daughter did not mean to harm the child. Silence, the Igwe commanded. This matter is now for the gods to decide. Nena stepped forward. She raised her hands dramatically and closed her eyes, as if listening to spirits. The gods have spoken, she announced. Adaeze has used evil powers to murder an innocent child. She must be banished from this village forever. If she ever returns, she will die. No, Okonkwo cried. She is my only child. Please, my Igwe, show mercy. The gods have spoken, the Igwe said coldly. Take her away. The guards pulled Adaeze from the palace. Okonkwo tried to follow, but other guards held him back. He watched helplessly as they took his daughter away. Banishment, the guards took Adaeze to the boundary of the village territory. This was where the forest began, thick and dangerous. Keep walking, one guard said, pushing her forward. Do not look back. If you return to Umueze, you will be killed. Adaeze walked into the forest with tears streaming down her face. She could not understand what had happened. She knew her herbs were good. She had used the same mixture on many people before. Why had it killed Obinna? As she went deeper into the forest, she did not know that one of the guards had stayed behind his name was Ikenna, and the Igwe had given him secret orders to kill Adaeze in the forest where no one would find her body. Ikenna followed Adaeze quietly. When she stopped to rest under a large tree, he came up behind her with his machete raised. But just as he was about to strike, something strange happened. Adaeze turned around, and Ikenna saw her eyes glowing with a strange light. Before he could move, the air around her seemed to shimmer. Suddenly, where Adaeze had been standing, there was now a huge python, as thick as a man's body. The python lunged at Ikenna. He screamed and ran back toward the village as fast as he could, dropping his machete in fear. Adaeze did not know what had happened. She had felt a powerful presence protect her, but she had not seen the python. She only knew that the guard had run away. She walked for 3 days through the forest, eating berries and drinking from streams. She was tired, hungry, and afraid. She did not know where she was going. On the 3rd day, she heard voices. She hid behind a tree and saw 2 men with hunting spears. They were speaking Igbo, but with a different accent. "I think we should check the traps on the other side," one man said. "Yes. Let us go," the other replied. As they walked past her hiding place, Adaeze's foot slipped on a wet leaf. The noise made the hunters turn around. "Who is there?" one of them called out. Adaeze stepped out from behind the tree. She was dirty, her clothes were torn, and she looked very weak. "Please do not hurt me," she said. "I am lost." The older of the 2 hunters came closer. His name was Dubem, and he had a kind face. "What is a young woman doing alone in this dangerous forest?" he asked. "Where are you from?" "I am from Umueze village," Adaeze said. "I was banished for something I did not do." Dubem looked at his companion, a younger man named Ibuka. "This forest is not safe for you," Dubem said. "You must come with us to our village, Amaudo. There you can tell your story properly. Here you might be killed by wild animals." "Thank you," Adaeze said, tears of relief filling her eyes. In the new beginning, Amaudo village was smaller than Umueze, but cleaner and more organized. The people were friendly. Dubem took Adaeze to his compound, where his wife, Ugochi, welcomed her. "You poor child," Ugochi said. "Look how thin you are. Sit down and rest. Let me get you some food." While Adaeze ate, Dubem explained, "My daughter Ijoma has been very sick for many months. We have tried many healers, but none of them could help her." "What is wrong with her?" Adaeze asked. "She has constant fever and stomach pain. She cannot eat properly. She is getting weaker every day." After eating, Adaeze asked to see Ijoma. The girl was about 12 years old, lying on a mat in one of the rooms. Her skin was pale and her breathing was shallow. Adaeze examined her carefully. She pressed gently on different parts of Ijoma's stomach and asked her questions. Then she said, "I need to get some herbs from the forest. Can someone take me?" "I will take you," Dubem said quickly. In the forest, Adaeze searched for specific plants. Dubem watched in amazement as she seemed to know exactly where to find each one. "Are you a healer?" he asked. "I have the gift," Adaeze replied simply. "I can hear the plants calling to me. I know which ones can heal different sicknesses." "Who taught you this?" "No one. The gods gave me this knowledge." Back at the house, Adaeze prepared medicine for Ijoma. She boiled some herbs to make a drink and crushed others to make a paste for Ijoma's stomach. "Give her the drink 3 times every day," she instructed Ugochi. "Put the paste on her stomach every night before she sleeps. In 1 week, she will be much better." True to her word, after 1 week, Ijoma was sitting up and eating properly. After 2 weeks, she was playing with other children again. The news spread quickly through Amaudo village. Soon, sick people from all over were coming to see Adaeze one day. After Adaeze had been in Amaudo for about 2 months, the village chief called her. "Adaeze," he said, "you have been a blessing to our community. Since you came, you have healed many people. You even prayed for rain when our crops were dying, and the rain came. We are very grateful." "Thank you, Chief Okoro," Adaeze said, "but it is not my doing. The gods work through me. We know. That is why we want you to stay here permanently. We will build you your own compound. You can be our village healer." Adaeze smiled. For the first time since leaving Umueze, she felt happy. "I will be honored to stay." Trouble in Umueze. Meanwhile, in Umueze, things were getting worse. After Adaeze left, many people became sick with different diseases. Nena tried to heal them, but her medicines did not work. Several people died. Then the rains stopped coming. The crops in the farms began to dry up. The yam harvest was very poor. People started to go hungry. Igwe Chukwudi's son, Prince Namdi, became very sick. He had the same fever that had killed Obina. Nena tried all her medicines, but nothing helped. The prince got weaker every day. Okonkwo heard about this and felt no sympathy. He was still angry about what they had done to his daughter. "It is the judgment of the gods," he told his friend Ezenwa. "They punished Adaeze for helping people. Now the gods are punishing them." One night, Okonkwo had a dream. In the dream, he saw Adaeze standing in a beautiful place, surrounded by healthy, happy people. She was smiling. "Papa," she said in the dream, "do not worry about me. I am safe and happy. The gods are with me." "My daughter, please come home," Okonkwo begged. "I miss you so much. I will never return to Umueze until those who challenge the gods face their punishment," Adaeze said. "But I am always with you in spirit, Papa. The gods are just, and Umueze will see their justice soon." When Okonkwo woke up, he felt both comforted and worried. He knew his daughter was alive and well, but he also knew that more trouble was coming to Umueze. The next day, Prince Namdi's condition became critical. The Igwe called for Nena urgently. "You must do something," Igwe shouted at her. "My son is dying. You are supposed to be a powerful priestess. Heal him." "I am trying my best, my Igwe," Nena said nervously. "But this sickness is very strong. Maybe we need to make a bigger sacrifice to the gods. We have made many sacrifices. Nothing is working. My son is my only heir. If he dies, I have no one." The queen, Nkechi, was beside herself with grief. She sat by her son's bed, crying and praying. "Please, gods of our ancestors, do not take my son," she wept. "He is still young. He has done nothing wrong. Take me instead." The return in Amaudo village, Adaeze woke up one morning with a strong feeling. She knew she had to return to Umueze. "I must go back to my village," she told Dubem at breakfast. "But it is not safe," Dubem protested. "They will kill you if you return." "I know, but my people need me. They are suffering because of what was done to me. The gods want me to go back and help them." "Then I am coming with you," Dubem said firmly. "No, you have your family here. I must go alone, do not worry. The gods will protect me." That same day, Adaeze began the journey back to Umueze. She walked for 3 days through the forest. When she finally reached the boundary of her village territory, she did not hesitate. She walked straight into Umueze. People saw her and were shocked. Some ran away in fear. Others stared at her as if they were seeing a ghost. News of her return spread quickly. Adaeze went straight to her father's compound. When Okonkwo saw her, he could not believe his eyes. "Adaeze, my daughter!" He ran to embrace her. "You have come back, but it is dangerous. They will kill you." "Papa, I am tired of running. I am here to help our people. The gods are with me. No one can harm me." At that moment, royal guards arrived at the compound. "Adaeze, you are under arrest," the lead guard said. "You have defied the Igwe's order. You must come with us." "I will come," Adaeze said calmly, "but I am not afraid." At the palace, the elders had gathered for an emergency meeting. When Adaeze was brought in, there was much shouting and confusion. "This is an abomination," Nena shouted. "She was banished from this village. She must be killed to return." But Okonkwo stood up and spoke loudly. "My fellow elders, look around you. Our people are dying. Our prince is dying. Our crops are dying. We banished Adaeze because we said she killed a child with her medicine. But since she left, many more have died under Nena's care. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we should listen to what Adaeze has to say." One of the senior elders, a man named Nwafor, nodded. "Okonkwo speaks the truth. A man whose house is on fire does not waste time chasing rats. Our Igwe is sick. He cannot make judgments now. What we need to focus on is how to save him." "Exactly," another elder agreed. "Nena, you have tried to heal the Igwe, but you have failed. Let us ask Adaeze to try. What do we have to lose?" Nena's face turned red with anger, but she could not argue. Too many people had died under her care. "Please, Adaeze," Nwafor said, "we know we wronged you. We are asking for your forgiveness. Will you help our Igwe? Will you help our people? Adaeze was quiet for a moment, then she said, I will try. But I do this for the innocent people of Umueze, not for those who plotted against me. The Igwe's life is in the hands of the gods. The truth revealed. Adaeze was taken to the Igwe's chamber. He was lying on his bed, barely conscious. His skin was yellow and his breathing was very weak. Queen Nkechi was sitting beside him, her eyes red from crying. When the queen saw Adaeze, she did not know what to say. She knew her husband had banished this young woman, but now their only hope of saving him was in her hands. Please help him, the queen whispered. I know my husband wronged you, but please help him. Adaeze examined the Igwe carefully. She looked at his eyes, his tongue, and felt his pulse. Then she said, I need specific herbs. Some of them only grow near the big river. I need someone to come with me to collect them. I will go with you, Prince Nnamdi said. He had recovered slightly and had come to see his father. Please save my father. As Adaeze and Nnamdi walked toward the river to collect herbs, the prince spoke. Adaeze, I want you to know that I never believed you killed Obinna on purpose. I always thought something was wrong about that whole situation. Thank you, Prince Nnamdi, Adaeze said, but I know the truth will come out soon. The gods see everything. They collected the herbs and returned to the palace. Adaeze prepared medicine for the Igwe. As she worked, something strange happened. The Igwe suddenly opened his eyes and started talking, as if in a trance. I need to confess, Igwe said weakly. I need to speak the truth before I die. Everyone in the room became quiet. What is it, my husband? Queen Nkechi asked. Nena and I. We have been lovers for many years, Igwe said. His voice was barely a whisper. We knew it was wrong, but we continued. When Adaeze became popular as a healer, Nena became jealous. She was afraid that people would discover she had lost her spiritual powers long ago. We planned to destroy Adaeze. Gasps filled the room. Okonkwo, who was standing at the back, felt his legs go weak. What did you do? Prince Nnamdi asked, his voice shaking with anger. Nena hired a man named Boniface. He was a poison maker. He gave Nena a special poison. When Kioma brought Obinna to be healed, Nena secretly added the poison to Adaeze's herbs. That is why Obinna died. It was not Adaeze's fault. It was our doing. Queen Nkechi stood up, shaking with shock and rage. You killed an innocent child. You destroyed this young woman's life, and you slept with the priestess, breaking the most sacred laws of our land. I am sorry, Igwe said, tears running down his face. I am so sorry. After we banished Adaeze, I sent guards to kill her in the forest. But they said she turned into a python and attacked them. That is when I knew the gods were protecting her. I knew we had sinned against the gods. The Igwe looked at Adaeze. Please forgive me. My soul will not find peace with my ancestors if you do not forgive me. Adaeze felt many emotions, anger, sadness, relief that the truth was finally known. But she also felt pity for this sick, broken man. For the sake of Umueze village, I forgive you, she said quietly. I believe the gods have already given you your punishment. Igwe closed his eyes. Thank you. Thank you. At that moment, guards brought Nena into the chamber. She had been arrested when the Igwe started confessing. When she saw everyone looking at her with hatred and disgust, she fell to her knees. Please have mercy, she begged. I was afraid of losing my position, my respect. Adaeze was taking everything from me. You are not a true priestess, Adaeze said. The gods left you because your heart was full of jealousy and darkness. You used your position to hurt innocent people. You killed a child to protect your lies. The elders were so angry they wanted to kill Nena immediately, but Adaeze stopped them. Let the gods judge her, she said. We have seen enough death. Adaeze gave the Igwe her medicine. For 3 days, she stayed by his side, treating him with different herbs. Slowly, his color began to return. His breathing became stronger. On the 4th day, he was able to sit up and eat a little food, but the Igwe knew he would never fully recover. The guilt and shame of what he had done weighed heavily on his heart. 2 weeks later, he died peacefully in his sleep. Justice and healing. After the Igwe's death, Prince Nnamdi became the new Igwe. His first act was to call a village meeting. People of Umueze, he announced, we have learned a painful truth. An innocent woman was accused, banished, and nearly killed because of lies and jealousy. Adaeze did nothing wrong. She was only using her gift from the gods to help us. Yet we turned against her. He paused and looked at Adaeze, who was standing with her father. Adaeze, on behalf of Umueze village, I apologize. We wronged you terribly. We ask for your forgiveness. Adaeze stepped forward. I have already forgiven. What is important now is that we heal our village. Many people are still sick. The land needs rain. We must work together to make Umueze strong again. Will you stay and be our healer? The new Igwe asked. I will stay, Adaeze agreed, but I have one condition. We must build a proper healing house where sick people can come for treatment, and we must train other young people who have the gift of healing, so that Umueze will always have healers. It will be done, Igwe Namdi promised. Nena was banished from the village. She was sent away with nothing but the clothes on her back. As she walked into the forest, the same forest where Adaeze had walked months before, many people felt she was getting what she deserved. Adaeze began her work immediately. She treated the sick people of Umueze. She taught young men and women about different herbs and how to use them. She led prayers and sacrifices to the gods, asking for rain. After 2 weeks, the rains finally came. The farmers planted their crops again. Children who had been sick became healthy. Old people who had been in pain found relief. Umueze slowly came back to life. Okonkwo watched his daughter with pride. She had suffered greatly, but she had remained strong and forgiving. She was truly blessed by the gods. One evening, as they sat outside their compound, Okonkwo said, My daughter, I am proud of you. You could have chosen revenge, but you chose healing instead. Papa, revenge would not bring back Obinna or heal our village, Adaeze replied. The gods are just. They punished those who did wrong. Now it is time to move forward. Chioma, Obinna's mother, came to see Adaeze one day. She fell at Adaeze's feet crying. Please forgive me, Chioma begged. I blamed you for my son's death. I said terrible things about you. But it was not your fault. It was never your fault. Adaeze helped Chioma to her feet. You did not know the truth. You were a mother in pain. There is nothing to forgive. You are so kind, Chioma said through her tears. I do not deserve your kindness. We all make mistakes, Adaeze said gently. What matters is that we learn from them and do better. News of what happened in Umueze spread to other villages in Abia State. People came from far away to see Adaeze and to be healed. Some came out of curiosity, wanting to see the young woman who had turned into a python and survived banishment in the forest. Dubem from Amaudo village came to visit with his wife and daughter. Ijeoma ran to hug Adaeze. I told everyone in our village what happened to you, Ijeoma said. I told them you are the kindest, best healer in all of Abia State. Thank you, Ijeoma, Adaeze said, smiling. But remember, I am only a vessel. The gods do the healing. Months passed. Umueze became prosperous again. The crops grew well. The children were healthy. The village became known throughout Abia State as a place of healing and justice. Igwe Namdi ruled wisely, always consulting with the elders before making decisions. He never forgot the lesson of his father's fall. He knew that pride and selfishness destroyed leaders. One day, a messenger came from a distant village. His village was experiencing a plague, and many people were dying. They had heard about Adaeze and wanted her help. I will go, Adaeze said without hesitation. But the journey is dangerous, Okonkwo protested, and you have only just returned home. Papa, my gift is not just for Umueze. If people are dying and I can help them, I must go. Igwe Namdi provided guards to escort Adaeze safely. Before she left, the whole village came to see her off. You have taught us many things, Igwe said. You taught us that true power comes from helping others, not from controlling them. You taught us that forgiveness is stronger than revenge. You taught us that the gods see everything and justice will always come. Adaeze smiled. I only did what the gods asked me to do. Each of you has gifts too. Use them to help others. That is how we build a strong community. As Adaeze walked out of Umueze village with her escorts, heading toward the next place that needed her help, people waved and called out blessings. Children ran alongside her for a while before their mothers called them back. Okonkwo watched his daughter until she disappeared from view. He was sad to see her go, but he was also proud. His daughter had suffered greatly, but she had emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. That night, Okonkwo sat outside his compound, looking at the stars. He thought about everything that had happened. He thought about how close they had come to losing Adaeze forever. He thought about the evil that Igwe Chukwudi and Nena had done, and how the gods had brought justice in the end. "The gods are truly just," he said aloud. "They protect the innocent and punish the wicked. We may not always understand their ways, but we must trust them." In the following years, Adaeze traveled to many villages across Abia State, healing the sick and teaching people about herbs and medicine. She never married, dedicating her life to her gift. But she was never lonely. Everywhere she went, people welcomed her as a blessing from the gods. The healing house in Umueze became famous. Young people came from all over to learn from the teachers Adaeze had trained. Some of them discovered they had healing gifts too. Others simply learned valuable skills about treating common illnesses. Igwe Namdi married and had children. He made sure his children heard the story of Adaeze many times, so they would never forget the importance of justice, humility, and using their positions to help others rather than to control them. Kioma eventually had another child, a daughter. She named her Adaeze in honor of the healer who had shown her such forgiveness and kindness. The new Igwe made sure that healers in Umueze were always respected and supported. He created a council of healers who worked together, so no one person would have all the power again. This way, jealousy and competition would not destroy their community. And whenever people in Umueze faced difficult decisions, they remembered the story of Adaeze. They remembered how an innocent young woman had been accused and banished, but had returned with forgiveness instead of revenge. They remembered how the truth had finally come to light and how justice had been served. The story of Adaeze became a legend that was told for many generations in Abia State. Mothers told it to their daughters, teaching them to be strong and forgiving. Fathers told it to their sons, teaching them to be strong as well. Years later, when Adaeze was an old woman, she returned to Umueze for the last time. The village had grown bigger and more prosperous. The healing house she had started now had many trained healers working there. Okonkwo had died peacefully several years before, and Adaeze had mourned him deeply. But she knew he had lived to see her vindicated and respected throughout Abia State, and that brought her comfort. Igwe Namdi, now an old man himself, welcomed her officially with great honor. The entire village gathered to celebrate her return. "You changed our village forever," Igwe said at the celebration. "You showed us that true power is not in controlling others, but in serving them. You taught us that the gods always see the truth, even when people try to hide it." Adaeze looked at the healthy, happy people around her. She saw children playing, farmers with good harvests, sick people being treated with care and knowledge. This was her true legacy. "I only did what the gods asked of me," she said simply. "Each of you must do the same. Use whatever gifts you have been given to help others. That is the path to a good life." A few months after returning to Umueze, Adaeze died peacefully in her sleep. The entire village mourned her for 7 days. People came from all over Abia State to pay their respects. They buried her with full honors in Umueze, next to her father. On her grave, they placed a stone with these words, "Adaeze, healer of Umueze." She turned suffering into forgiveness and darkness into light. Her story continued to be told for generations, reminding people that justice may be delayed, but it will always come. That jealousy and pride lead to destruction, while humility and service lead to honor. And most importantly, that the gods protect those who use their gifts to help others, no matter how powerful their enemies may be. The end of the story. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Make sure you drop your comment and share your thoughts with us. Thanks.